You've heard it 1,000 times, practice slow, use a metronome, build it up gradually, and look, that advice isn't wrong. But at some point you've done all of that and you still can't get past a certain speed without getting messy. And the why doesn't really get talked about much. That's what this is about. There are 3 specific mechanical reasons why your picking speed gets stuck, and they have nothing to do with how much you practice. Once you know what they are, you can actually go fix them, and believe me, most players never get told this. If you're the kind of player who actually pays attention to how your technique works, not just grinding through exercises, but thinking about why things feel the way they do, this is going to click for you fast. Because here's what took me a while to understand about speed. It's not really a skill you build directly, it's more like it's what's left when you remove the things that are blocking it. If something mechanical is off, the way your hands are sinking, where your picking hand is sitting, or how the motion itself is working, it doesn't matter how much you practice, you are just rehearsing the problem. 3 things, for each one I'll show you how to diagnose if it's yours, and we'll put all 3 exercises with tabs together at the end. The first one is sync, and this is probably the most common thing I see when someone says their fast playing sounds sloppy. Most people assume it's the picking hand or the fretting hand, but usually both hands are fine on their own. The problem is they are not landing at the same time. The pick hits a fraction before the finger frets or after, and at slow tempos you don't really notice it, but speed it up and it turns into mush. Both hands landing together, that's the difference sync makes. I had a student, been playing for years, practiced consistently. He sent me a recording of a run he'd been working on for weeks, convinced his picking was the problem. We'd slow it down and look at the attack point. The picking was fine, the fretting was fine, they just weren't landing together. One session focused purely on that, clean it up almost straight away. Record yourself at the tempo where it starts breaking down. Watch it back, look only at the attack, the moment pick and finger make contact. Is there a gap? Even a small one? That's your issue. Take any simple pattern, play it slow enough that you can feel both hands landing exactly at the same moment. Not the notes, not the tempo, just the attack point. When it feels right, move the tempo slightly. This is a synchronization exercise, not a speed exercise. The second one is something most players have never heard of, and once you know it, you can't stop noticing in everything you play. It's called anchor notes, a concept from a Paul Gilbert video. When you're playing a fast passage, a sextuplet, a long run, anything like that, certain notes naturally fall on the beat. Those are your anchors. Most players at speed treat every note the same, just trying to get through the passage. But if you consciously use those anchor notes as reference points, your time holds completely. The whole thing sounds more controlled, more intentional. Play your fast passage and ask yourself, do you know where beat 1 is while you're playing it? If the answer is no, anchor notes are your issue. Isolate just the anchor notes first, get those solid in time, and then fill in the rest around them. Sync, anchor notes, and the third one, honestly, most players aren't ready to hear this one, because it means questioning something they've never questioned before. But if you made it this far, you probably are. The third one is about where your picking motion is actually coming from, and I want to be straight with you, there's no single right answer on this one. That might sound like a cop-out, but it's actually the most useful thing I can tell you, because it means the right answer is specific to you. There are 3 basic sources of picking movement: forearm, wrist, and thumb. Each one has a different feel, a different sound, and a different ceiling. Most players default to wherever felt natural the first time they picked up the guitar and never consciously tried the others. I went through this myself, working harder and harder, getting tired, not going faster. The moment I stopped forcing it and let things settle into what actually worked for me, things opened up. And I see it constantly, players working incredibly hard physically, and when I ask them to try a different motion, they say it feels like they are doing nothing. That's the point. Film yourself playing fast, watch your picking arm. Which of the 3 is actually driving the movement? Have you consciously tried the other 2? Take a simple passage, run it 3 times, once with forearm, once with wrist, once with thumb. At least for speed picking, I'm a forearm player. These 3 exercises don't need a lot of time, 10-15 minutes on each is enough, because isolating the problem is what actually moves the needle, not just playing through it. Play slow enough that you can feel both hands landing at exactly the same moment. Not the notes, not the tempo, just the attack point. And when it feels right, move it up. Find the anchor notes first, the ones on the beat. Get those solid in time before you worry about anything else. Then fit in around them. Run your passage 3 times, forearm, wrist, and thumb. Which one lets you move most freely at speed? Sync, anchor notes, pick in motion. Imagine finishing your next practice session and actually feeling the difference. Not just grinding through it, but knowing exactly what was in the way and having cleared it. That's what this gives you. Most players never get taught this stuff. Now you know. Go check which one is yours, and if you want to keep working on the mechanical side of your technique, the step that actually moves the needle, watch this next video. I'll see you there.